Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIEVS Home School. I am Sabrina Haq, Assistant Teacher of Science, National Ideal English Version School, Teship. Dear students, today I am going to take a science class for class 8 student on the based on chapter 3. The name of the chapter is diffusion, osmosis and absorption, and this is so important chapter which is related to biochemistry. Come to our today's topic. The name of the chapter is diffusion, osmosis and absorption. The roots of plants absorb water and minerals from the soil. This line is too much important for your MCQ and knowledge based question. So mark this line. The substances are transported up the stem to the leaves where it evaporates from the surface. Intake of carbon dioxide, release of oxygen gas, absorption of water and minerals and transport of these substances to the roots and leaves and evaporation of water occurs through diffusion, osmosis, absorption, transportation and transpiration process. Come to this picture. This picture is of a plant. The plant take the water and minerals from the soil through the osmosis process, and the upward movement of the water, it is transportation of the water and minerals from roots to the plant and from the plants leaves, from the other plants parts of the plants, and from leaves the produced food also carried from by the transportation process from leaves to the different parts of the body. And come to the this part. Due to transpiration, water vapor goes out leaves through diffusion. That when the photosynthesis procedure occurs, that time carbon dioxide and water react with each other in the presence of sunlight inside the chloroplast, and they produce carbohydrate, that means glucose, and byproduct they produce, as the byproduct they produce oxygen. Along with that they also produce some water vapor. That water vapor they give out in the diffusion procedure, through the diffusion procedure to the atmosphere, and this process is known as transpiration. Now come to lesson 1 and 2. Today we will learn about only diffusion and osmosis. In our next class we will discuss the next part of the chapter. We know matters are made up of small molecules. These molecules are always in motion. Underline this part. In case of liquid motion, in liquid and gas, the motion of these molecules are very fast and shows tendency to diffuse towards the region with lower concentration from higher ones. This movement of molecules continues as long as the concentration of the two regions becomes equal. Diffusion stops at once when the concentration of molecules becomes equal to two regions. This type of movement of the molecule is called diffusion. That means always molecules move from the higher concentration area to the lower concentration area up to the two region molecules of two regions, concentration of molecules of two regions become equal. This type of movement of molecules is called diffusion. Now come to next page. Due to kinetic energy, this is important word, kinetic energy. We know the molecule of a matter is always moving. That movable thing has that energy is known as kinetic energy. Who is thing is not non-movable is static, that thing has the static energy. We are now discussing about the kinetic energy because molecule are there. We observe the movement of molecule. The kinetic energy of molecule, a potential pressure is exerted, and consequently the movement of molecule of solution or gases from one region to higher concentration region of that of a lower one occurs. This type of pressure is called diffusion pressure. If you got the question what is diffusion pressure, you have to give the answer from here, this para is the answer of what is diffusion pressure. We can understand the meaning of diffusion through some experiment. Depending on experimental knowledge, discussion, practical knowledge on diffusion can be gathered. Dear students, if you use air freshener and if you give a puff in your room, if you use that air freshener one puff, after few time you will observe the total rooms is scented with the smell of air freshener, and that is because of the diffusion, that molecules of air freshener just diffused from the higher concentration area to the lower concentration area, and it goes on and diffusion will be stopped at once when the concentration of the molecules becomes equal in two regions, and that we are observing in everyday life. Every time there is a activity, you can use in place of blue vitriol, you can use blue liquid which you are using at white shirt at home after washing, that if you apply that blue in the pot of water, one drop of blue in the pot of water, after few times you will observe the total water will become blue. That is also because of diffusion. Now come to the importance of diffusion. Diffusion takes place in every physiological process of organism. During photosynthesis, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen as byproduct. Diffusion makes this essential task possible. And living cells use oxygen for the oxidation of glucose. Oxygen enters into the cells through diffusion, and the release of carbon dioxide also occur in same way. The loss of water in the form of water vapor through transpiration is the result of diffusion, because we just learn about this. Diffusion is the movement of the molecule from the higher concentration area to the lower concentration area, because in the leaf there is more water vapor, it goes to the atmosphere where is less water vapor. And in case of animal respiration, exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide carrying foods, oxygen etc. from blood to lymph and from lymph to blood cell occurs through diffusion. Now come to next lesson, lesson 3, that is osmosis. And before starting the osmosis, I have to say that osmosis also one kind of diffusion, and plants absorb water and minerals through the osmosis process. To understand the process of osmosis, we need to know the characteristics of the membrane separating two differently concentrated solution. Membrane may be three types, for example, impermeable membrane, permeable membrane and semi-permeable membrane. Come to the next page. Impermeable membrane, the membrane through which molecule of both solute and solvent cannot pass. Example, polythene. If you carry water through polythene, if there is no hole, there will be no leakage. That means it is impermeable impermeable membrane. And cell wall also made up with chitin, it is also impermeable membrane. Now come to the permeable membrane, the membrane through which molecule of both solute and solvent can pass easily. Example, cell wall. For you better understand, if you take a beaker of sugar and water solution, here solute is sugar and solvent is water. If there is a permeable membrane, the solute, that means sugar, can also pass through the membrane, and solvent is water, water also can pass through the membrane. That is the permeable membrane. Now come to the semi-permeable membrane, the membrane through which only the solvent, that means if that is the solution of water and sugar, sugar is solute and solvent is water, and they said only the solvent, that means the water only can pass. Water in case of plants, because plants take the water from the soil, that's why water in case of plant can pass, is called semi-permeable membrane. Example, cell membrane, membrane inside the egg shell, not the upper shell of the egg. Inside the egg shell there is the membrane, white color membrane, that is indicated by the semi-permeable membrane. Membrane of fish potka or air bladder, that we will find in the carp fish. etc. We see that if a raisin or dried grapes or kismis is kept under water for some time, it swell up. It happens because dry grapes absorb water and the absorption of water occurs through osmosis. Here is written, osmosis is one kind of diffusion, and osmosis occurs only in case of liquid, and a semi-permeable membrane keeps the two liquids separated. That is the condition of osmosis, that osmosis occurs only in case of liquid, and that both things have to liquid, and semi-permeable membrane keep the two liquids separated. For our understanding, for example, dry grapes cited here, we know when two differently concentrated solutions are kept together, diffusion occurs naturally. Look, the resin or dry grapes have shrunk because of water inside them dried up. Now, if dry grapes are kept in the water molecules diffuse into the dry grapes as the concentrated sucrose. Because of this sucrose, the resin tastes sweet. This is another types of carbohydrate. Sucrose solution inside the dry grapes. Here sucrose is the solute, and sucrose can't come out because this is solute. We know semi-permeable membrane only allow the solvent to come in and out. Then dry grapes are separated from the water by a membrane. Consequently, only the water molecule does not this type of membrane is known as semi-permeable membrane. Here they give the semi-permeable membrane's definition again. The membrane through which only solvent molecule can pass but not the solute molecule is called the semi-permeable membrane, and the process is known as osmosis. If this is the definition of osmosis, the last 4 line, if two differently concentrated solution of the same solvent is kept separated by a semi-permeable membrane, the solvent from dilute solution diffuse through the semi-permeable membrane into the high concentrated solution, and this process is called the osmosis. And see, in this picture they take two solution, one is light solution, another is concentrated solution. If we assume that this is the dilute solution of sugar and water, that means here there is the solute is less amount and solvent is more amount, and this is the concentrated solution, that means solute is more amount than the solvent, and after few times you will observe these two solution is separated by a semi-permeable membrane. After few times you will observe from the dilute solution the solvent comes to the concentrated solution. That's why the amount of concentrated solution rises up. That means only solvent can pass through the semi-permeable membrane to the concentrated solution, and this process is known as osmosis. Now come to the importance of osmosis. To the next page, different necessary minerals salt enter into the cell in soluble form. Cell membrane or plasma membrane of the living organism acts as semi-permeable membrane. Mineral salt dissolved in water enters into and passed out from the cell through plasma membrane. That will be intercellular water and the mineral salt solution together is called cell sap or simply sap. Simply sap or so osmosis plays a very important role in maintaining different physiochemical process of the cell. By this process, plant absorb water and mineral dissolves in water from the soil through unicellular route here, and this part is too much important. Due to osmosis, turgidity of the cell increased, that keeps stem and leaves fresh and straight. Also, plants can open and close its petal, and it is intestine of the animal in the intestine of the animal, digested food may be absorbed through the osmosis process. Dear students, I have finished my today's topic. Osmosis and diffusion is too much important topic for you. So learn this topic at home and learn its importance to do the assigned SW, your SW number 9. You have to make 5 MCQ with 4 options and you have to submit on Saturday from 9 AM to 3 PM. Do your assigned SW and read the chapter properly. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.